and he is undergoing a major shoulder surgery this morning. He hopefully is out of surgery at this point, but I just wanted to keep him in our thoughts and our prayers as Bill goes through this and through what probably promises to be a pretty challenging recovery. So if we can just have just a moment of silence for these friends of Patriots.
Thank you. And each of us keep those two families and Bill in our thoughts and prayers going forward. They've all meant a lot to Patriots Point. Foundation, Beverly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it very much. So I have a few slides that I prepared for you guys. I think that given the, I'm going to come around this way so I don't trip on a wire. That's the first thing, is to make it safely to the podium. I think, given where we are and given that Allison told me that there was a little bit of a light agenda, I took the opportunity to share more than I would normally share. So I'm not planning to be long-winded at every meeting. I just want you to know that. Of course, the first thing, I'm finishing up 3.5 months here. And so the first thing that happened, the biggest thing that happened is year-end giving. And I told Allison, job number one for us is to do no harm. So we wanted to at least do about the same as we did last year. And the good news is, even on top of that, we were able to make a little progress moving forward. So in green, you can see a few of the highlights of the bright spots of places we were able to advance. There's always a little bit of ebb and flow and end of year giving. Sometimes people give their gifts at a different time of year. Sometimes they have personal things going on. So I was excited to see that we had about the same number of gifts come in at the year end. I was also excited to see that their dollar amount was trending upward. And so it looked like we got about $150 more per gift on average than we have in the past, which I think are good signs. And then we had a few extra things that I think were noteworthy. Explore Charleston came through with their corporate sponsorship for the first time, which was exciting. We had some residual golf money continue to come in, which helped a lot. And then we had a new fund for veteran support and then a new donor to support the USS Laffey maintenance and repairs. So that donor was a first-time donor, and to get my slides are a little bit out of sorts, but that's okay. We'll pretend. To get a first-time donor to make a $1,000 gift in support of the Laffey, and it was somebody that Mike didn't know. It was somebody that we had not met, and so I think that that's a tribute to telling the story well, which is important and what we always want to do. So some of the new things that happened this year is that we introduced this giving season. We introduced a Shop the Laffey program. Mike and his team created an Amazon wish list for all kinds of nuts and bolts and safety gear. We were able to push that out as part of our year-end appeal, and people responded. So they've started buying things for the Laffey, which I think is a good opportunity. Some of the other ways that we've added support to Patriots Point is through Operation Overnight. We provided 189 students visited through Operation Overnight scholarships in the fall. We have another 460 who are scheduled to come sometime between now and the end of the school year. So we have a full house, and we're really excited to keep offering those scholarships. That represents 18 South Carolina schools. We know that more will probably come in, but that many have already been approved and scheduled. So that's exciting. We were able to support the Science Cafe, where Hannah was able to meet with part of Kenny's education team. And she brought together science teachers from all across the community to sit down and do a little kind of a lunch and learn, except that it was over happy hour, which is probably a little more fun. And then, of course, the Engage Brigade and our volunteer appreciation events were two of the highlights of Thanksgiving and Christmas. We also were able to award 44 bonuses to part-time Patriots Point employees, which is nice. A couple of milestones that I just wanted to I'm going to have to work a little bit on formatting with this screen. It's my first meeting. Just give me a little grace. I'll fix it, I promise. I will learn the technology. But the gifts of significance that came in, of course, Admiral Flatley his family had very graciously offered for people to make gifts to the foundation in lieu of sending flowers. And that generated $8,300 in support, which was nice. And then, of course, we did also receive a couple of first-time donations that were noteworthy and significant. One of them I've already told you about, from the gentleman supporting the Laffey. The second one was from a company out of Raleigh whose uncle was Captain Waller C. Moore Jr. And this is the first gift that we've ever received from that company. It was around $1,000. Hopefully it will become an annual gift, and it was really nice to sort of hear people from around the region reaching out and say we want to honor people and support the Patriots Point and the foundation. Another milestone that was significant, we doubled the number of membership renewals over Cyber Weekend. So we went from 24 renewals to 48, which was great. And we hosted a retreat for the foundation board up at Newport News. So we're working on building a relationship with them. We're also working to make sure that our board is on the same page and ready for the future. So that was a great meeting, and I just wanted to give an extra special thank you. We've had a lot of support over the past 2 months from Patriots Point board members, leadership, and staff. Thank you for sending tribute gifts honoring Admiral Flatley. Thank you for supporting our campaign. It takes a village, and we're very grateful to have this village. So thank you all. Let's see what this slide looks like. Okay, okay. You never know. It's halfway here, but that's okay. So at the retreat, we spent a fair amount of time talking about our upcoming museum master plan campaign. And of course, our goals are to raise $5 million. We have a 5-year target for getting that money to come in. We are planning to target both local and national community members. And then our hope is that we can secure 50% in sort of a silent phase before we do a big public blitz to open up the coffers. So the next 3 months will be a lot of heavy work focused on campaign marketing materials, building out a steering committee, and then identifying and screening our top 150 people, our top 150 prospects. So that's really what has happened and what's on the horizon from the foundation. Finally, a slide that worked right. So it is possible, you see. That's good. Any questions, comments, thoughts? So
sounds good. Thank you.
That's great. Well, I just wanted to tell you, it's a real honor to be here. I'm excited to be getting my feet under me a little bit. Getting through the first giving season was really important. The first day I had a stack of checks to process, I told Allison, "No, this is what I signed up for, right?" I can write thank you notes and solicitations all day long, and that's exactly what I want to do. I couldn't think of a better cause to do it for, or a better team to do it with. So thank you for the opportunity again.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. That's wonderful. Love to hear that one.
Thank you, Beverly, and thanks your board for all that the foundation does. We appreciate that. It's good to have Chauncey here with us too this morning. Sit back there. And we appreciate all y'all do. Finance. Nick?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So in Finance Committee meeting this morning, we haven't talked about this in a number of months, but next week we have our meeting with the Constitutional Subcommittee of the Ways and Means. So Allison, myself, and Chris Hoff will go up to Columbia and present our one budget request for fiscal year 27, which was the $25 million for our retail and gift shop building. I think we know the assignments of the legislators on our committee. I don't think we really foresee any issues. So we'll present that budget request, and then it might be another couple of months before we really see how the winds are turning. We have another meeting with the Senate version of the Ways and Means probably in March, so I will keep you all informed of that once we receive notification of that. December marks the midpoint of the fiscal year, and long story short, we're exactly where we need to be in terms of revenue and expenditures. We said we were going to bring in approximately $13.7 million in revenue through December 31st. We're at $6.5 million, so that's about 47%. We said we were going to spend $11.7 million in expenditures. We spent about 5.8. That's about 48%. So everybody's doing a real good job tracking their expenditures. Directors do a great job tracking their budgets. One thing I'm proud about is during these leaner winter months, we typically have to dip into our cash reserve before we start making money again in the spring, and end up with a positive cash balance. Through December, we still have a positive cash balance of approximately $120,000. Last December at this time, we had to dip into our reserve by about $200,000. So we're doing a great job there. Let's see. And then finally, one of the things we talked about, we have a number of capital projects that are in various stages of development. We have 4. In December, we received approval for a permanent project for the pier repairs. That's approximately $1 million that we'll spend this fiscal year. That was already approved in this budget. The second one that we're hoping to get approved by JBRC in end of January is for permanent tank repairs on the Yorktown. The third one that we hope to be in the March JBRC agenda is for the temporary retail village. And then also on the March agenda is hopefully the Laffey Dry Dock. So a lot of big things going on finance-wise. Those permanent those permanent improvement projects. We haven't done a lot in the past couple of years, but we've got a number on hand. We've been talking about it for a number of years. We have the money. We're in a really good position to get these things done and make these improvements permanent. So that was a very, very brief overview, but I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, or we can take it offline, and I can talk to you personally about any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions? Nick? No? Forward. Great forward. Thanks, Nick. Museum and education.
Good morning. I'm going to introduce Kenny to, as you all know, Kenny, to give this report, because it would just take me too long to tell you all the wonderful good things we heard yesterday. And so very impressive what's going on in the education and museum. And just want to thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support from yourself and the rest of the board, Chris and Allison, and as well as the foundation for funding our professional developments, which I'll talk a little bit about here shortly. I hope everybody enjoyed their walk down the pier as much as I did this morning. It's good to be in front of everybody again. So at the beginning of the fiscal year, with Allison and Chris's guidance, we drafted several goals for the various elements of our department. And since we're at the mid-year mark, I wanted to very quickly review some of these goals. So the goal for the Flight Academy was 1,500 students overall. Right now we're sitting just below 1,000, although between yesterday's programs and today's programs we're over that. So what's really cool about this is that we have yet to book the spring 3-point program students. So both of those numbers will go up exceedingly, and I anticipate being over 100% completion of both of those goals by the end of the year. So really exciting that program has come a long way in a short period of time. For education and EIA, our goal was 4 professional development with the assistance of the foundation. Hannah Kratz and her team, we've completed 2, and we have 4 on the books. So the goal was 4, and we'll finish the year with 6 professional developments. I can't say enough how important that is, that we are not only working directly with students, but we're supporting the teachers, so our impact goes far beyond the property lines of Patriots Point. Other goals were 7,500 students in structured programs. Currently to date, we're at 27%. However, with what we have on the books, by the end of the school year, we will be over 100% on that with our structured programs. Again, we have not booked the 3-point program students, So there'll be several hundred students on top of that 5,000 number you see there. So we'll be well over 100%, well over 100% completion in that regard. And then the overall goal, all students impacted by EIA, is 12,000 students, and we're looking at finishing the year at 92% with what we have on the books. And again, we haven't booked the 3-point program, so we are forecasting to finish over 100% completion on that goal as well. So I just can't say enough about my education staff, Erin Franklin, the Flight Academy crew, and Hannah Kratz and her people. I mean, the work they do is just amazing, and it has established the reputation we have. It's really remarkable. For collections, 10 online collections, 4 temporary exhibits, and 2 community engagements. You can see there we're still working through the online collections as we roll that out in collaboration with the marketing team and our content pipeline. But our temporary exhibits and our community engagements have already been satisfied, and we're already at the midway point. So it's really great. You know, it's a great problem to have that I have to write more goals at the midway point. Special programs. You can see there we're at 100% completion for all the goals. So Colby Causey's doing a great job. He works with the marketing team and the exhibits team and the collections team to just do some really, really amazing stuff. One very special thing Allison will talk about as well. So across all boards, across all elements of my department, things are just going exceedingly well, and I can't say it enough. And I want to say that I get to stand up here and say all these great things and be the hood ornament, but it's the folks downstairs that are driving all this progress. And so I really want to keep them in the focus of all the hard work and great work that they're doing. Those are all the updates I have for you at this time. Does anybody have any questions? Or Susan, is there anything else you'd like me to cover?
No, I mean, it's fantastic. You did mention yesterday that you've got a new Flight Academy program manager. And so all of these programs are growing, even in terms of staff and all too. So I thought that was impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. He starts on Tuesday, and we're very excited to have him. He's got education background, air traffic control background, so we're very excited, and I think he's going to continue the growth of that program. I do want to mention one more thing, 2 more things actually. The collections team collaborated with the exhibits team to open a brand new Charting 50 Years exhibit down in the Harbor Room. It will be up all year long. It's a really great exhibit. It shows all of Patriots Point history, and one of my favorite elements is there's a little banner at the bottom, and it's pretty much every staff picture that Jim Vickers has ever taken. You can find just about anybody in it, and it goes around the entire room. So if you haven't been through that room, please take the time to go check out that exhibit. And the last thing is Operation Overnight. This weekend we will have over 400 campers coming on board all at once. We also have a weekend-long event, so it's going to be a very busy weekend on the ship, and I'm really excited. So, thank you very much.
Do you know where they're from this weekend? With the snow prediction in the south.
Well, we have over 400 groups, and I believe that's split between 19 different groups, 400 campers between 19 groups. I know that there are some coming from Georgia who we've been in communication with. They're a little nervous about the weather, but from out of state, in state, the whole region. Yep, absolutely.
Any other questions of Kenny?
Great report.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thank
Great
you.
stuff.
Thank you.
Great job.
Development? Chris?
Guys, good morning. And Beverly, as Taylor Swift would say, I'm the problem. It's me. The slides for me. I combined all of these different presentations. Instead of going back and forth between 3, I combined them, and I think it messed up your slides for the effect. But sorry about that. Thank you. And good morning. Thanks for allowing me to share some updates about marketing and operations and events. And since we last met, our marketing director, Sam Elkin, has resigned, and we installed Deputy Director Lauren Austin, who's back there behind Chauncey, as our interim director of the department. Lauren, a USC Gamecock, has more than a decade of experience in tourism and marketing. Before joining Patriots Point, she worked at Charleston County Parks and also before that, a full-service marketing firm here in Mount Pleasant. So if we could just welcome Lauren to leading that team. I appreciate that. I'll start off a little bit with Throwback Day. On January 3rd, we held an event to celebrate our 50 years as a museum and as an agency, and it really was great. A lot of times we either do it too big or not enough. I feel like this one was Goldilocks, where we hit it just right and had a great event in Hangar Bay 1, our new event space that we're trying to make more prevalent with what we do with events. Had a cake, had a great new exhibit, so much team work to do that. 1,300 people visited that day. Our education team that Kenny talked about just worked so hard to put that exhibit together. Between Jim Vickers and Brian Parsons and Colby putting that all together, and then Colby giving presentations throughout the day, really was special, and I think that we hit the nail on the head with what we were trying to do. And really need to give Patty Amos a shout out, because putting that together around the holidays, it's January 3rd, half the staff's gone, one part of the month, and be able to do that and do it the way she did. She's not here today, but really great effort by Patty for doing that. In addition to January 3rd, the event, it was also the kickoff to our year-long Charting 50 campaign. Part of that campaign included the creation of a new landing page for all things Charting 50, so that you can go on that website and read about the Charting 50 campaign as a whole, learn about our history, learn about what we're doing now, where we're going. It's got great renderings there, and then people can go and leave messages about how Patriots Point has affected them over the years. If you by the information desk to the left of that, we have a screen there where you could read some of those digital messages. And then in Hangar Bay 1, in between, I think it's near where the Wildcat is, there's another screen over there where you can read those in real time as they come through. So it's a pretty neat feature that we have there. You'll also start seeing some other parts of that campaign published soon, including some really neat digital billboards on I-26. And the way that we did that, we're trying to hit locals and people commuting back and forth on 26 right there and share really neat facts. So facts about Patriots Point every week that'll change, and I'll have a great picture of what we're doing, charting 50, celebrating 50 years, and a fact about the museum or about the ships or about veterans. And so hopefully we capture the imagination and remind people of what we're doing, and kind of right in front and center as they're waiting for hours on 26 to get to work. We're coming up on our second Pay What You Can Saturday. So we had Throwback Day on the 3rd. We had a Pay What You Can Day last Saturday. We have another one this Saturday. And we join other attractions and museums all around Charleston and offering promotions through the month of January. And so far we're tracking ahead in attendance for the month of January by 1,500 people or more. This time last year. So that's great sign of us coming out of a slump that we've had for a while. It'll be our 3rd month in a row if we do that right. And really looking forward to keeping the momentum going during the spring. And as I remind Lauren every day, we're here, we got to think about what's next. So in this case for us, it's spring break and making sure we get those ad placements done. And we're thinking about how we're going to reach those people to get them here in a couple months. It's slow now. Come March, it just blows open and everybody's everywhere. And it's like the rebirth of Lion King. It's really neat. We've had, yeah, we continue to. Sorry, I'm in a good mood today. We continue to execute our marketing plan for the year. So we started a digital ad campaign too, and just regular promotions, and a drip email campaign targeting tourists through the CVB and Explore Charleston in their effort. They continue to be great partners. Beverly mentioned that they're a corporate partner for us. They've helped a lot in supporting us and our department while we dealt with Kevin's absence and worked through that. Continue to do that. Continue to offer help. In fact, their group sales team brought brochures from us to Reno last week for a group sales conference that we weren't able to attend because of our situation. So I cannot say enough about their support and what they do for us there. So we partner with them on a lot of marketing efforts, and that drip campaign is the latest one. And we've had great coverage as an earned media perspective and PR for all of the things I'm talking about. There was a complete list in the board report where you can click and either read them, watch them, and we'll continue giving those updates in the board report with clickable links to those articles. But that's a little bit of what we're doing. Just can't thank the team enough. During the holidays, people take off for months or weeks at a time. And to be able to stay on track and then come back on January 3rd to offer a day like Throwback Day means a lot. It's really hard to do, and hats off to the team for doing it. Great exhibit, and just really looking forward to a year-long campaign for Charting 50. So with that, that's my report. I'm happy to answer any questions we have.
Any questions for Chris?
Boy, on that Throwback Day, it would have been nice if Krispy Kreme had a kiosk here when they had some donuts and coffee and all that.
We are
It was
very,
a
very
cold
close to have
event.
catering back soon.
Yes.
And that would be something.
I heard.
So we're excited about that. But thank you guys for the support. Always there if you need something.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Allison, Executive Director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to sort of piggyback on what Chris was talking about with the 50th anniversary of Patriots Point. So it's pretty incredible that we get to be here for the 50th anniversary of the museum and the authority. We've got so much going on. There's so much going on the property. There's so much going on within the museum. It's the 250th birthday of the country. We're so excited to celebrate this all year long. There'll be lots more things coming up, lots more things that we'll be doing. But I just kind of wanted to take a minute to just sort of digest like the privilege and the honor of getting to be in my role. I can tell you Mac is very jealous that I'm getting to be in this role right now and that we all get to be celebrating this together. And I am going to use the rest of my time to share a little story with you all that really does highlight the impact of our work and the commitment of our team. So a couple of weeks before Christmas, an email came through our general email box. You know, just we get those in our general email, and then we this was the email that came into the email box. My grandfather's name is Alton C. Powell, Aviation Chief Radio Man and recipient of the Distinguished Flying Cross. Most of his military records were lost as a result of the sinking of the Yorktown CB-5 during the Battle of Midway. He served 3 tours in World War II, and his shipmates called him Blackie. My father never had the opportunity to meet his dad since he was killed in action on March 24, 1945, over Okinawa, and my father was just 3 days old. His body was listed as unrecoverable. My father joined the U.S. Navy at age 17, serving during the Vietnam War, and continued to serve in the Naval Reserves up until 1985. My father is in the final stages of his journey with stage 4 metastatic urothelial carcinoma with less than a 6-month life expectancy. His final wish is to visit the USS Yorktown, the ship that his father served on during World War II and was inducted into the Enlisted Combat Air Crew Roll of Honor several decades ago. My father has spent his entire life taking care of other people and was unable to make the trip there when his dad was inducted. The inability to honor his father by being there for that ceremony has left a void in his life. And he said he would like to come visit, and this is what we had. So this email got distributed to our team, and they went into high gear. Remember, this is during the holidays. There are a million things going on. Everybody's got a lot happening. So staff from several departments got together, and they recreated, they put together a program of activities for Mr. Powell's visit. His name is Mike Powell. They recreated the original exhibit that honored his dad. They located a VHS recording of the 1990 ceremony in our archives, and they converted it to DVD so that the family could have it to take home and watch together. They put together a small ceremony for Mike and for his family that was similar to the original induction. Our Patriots Point volunteer, Tom Ford, who you see here, spent extensive time researching Alton Powell, Mike Powell's father, and in full dress uniform shared his father's military history and exactly what happened in the timeline that led up to his death. I cannot tell you how powerful it was to be in the room to watch this interaction between the two of them, and Mr. Powell was just absolutely mesmerized by the conversation. Tom then presented Mike with the memorial plaque that was sent to his family by the Navy, and then they went over and they showed Mr. Powell his father's name on the plaque. And as Mr. Powell was sitting there looking at that, he said, "I finally got to meet my father." Wow. And it was just an unbelievable experience. Mr. Powell's son, Mike Jr., emailed a thank you after he left and said that his dad had found peace in being on the ship and being able to finally honor his father. So I wanted to share this with you because it's such a beautiful story, and because it tells the story of what we do here. And we can all get lost in the details of, running the business and running the museum and keeping everything going. But this is what we do, and this is what we're all about. And we have these connections to family and to service and to legacy that are real, that are authentic. It also shares the incredible passion of our staff. Yeah. Nobody had to do any of that. In fact, no one was asked to do any of that. It was just handed off. We got this email. What can we do? And that's where they went with it. So our commitment here to honoring veterans and their stories and their service is real, and it lives on every day. I want to just take a moment to give a special shout out to Gina and to Joe Bosco, Brian Parsons, Colby Cosby, and Kenny Brinkman. They did all the work on this and put all this together and made it such a special and meaningful day. And I don't have anything to follow that.
Wow.
That's an incredible story and an incredible effort by y'all to make that, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. He came from California, and
Wow.
his family had done. I'm glad you asked that. His family had done a GoFundMe for him to be able to come and do this. This was his dying wish.
It's certainly important here to honor those who served and to tell their stories, and I appreciate the effort y'all did for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
awesome.
also in Columbia next week.
Yeah, just skip the budget.
You really should.
Right.
Anything, is that it, Allison, I think? Any questions of Allison? If not, any public comments? Seeing none, is there any other business to come before us today? If not, our next board meeting is February 20th. We stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's hard to get through that story. I mean, it was standing in that we all went down.